YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team got top 4 at the Indianapolis Regional Championship. It is a recreation that I did of Alex Underhill's Gothitelle team featuring Palkia and Calyrex Ice Rider. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below where it does help me out, and you want to check out the details of the team that I'm using down below in the description, as well as Alex's Twitter. But yeah, Gothitelle with Shadow Tag, really interesting. Is it going to be the game changer for this duo right here? We'll find out. Let's get started and play some games. Kyogre, Alolan Marowak, Tornadus, Calyrex Ice Rider, Urshifu, and the Indy. This matchup can be interesting. It depends heavily on their Calyrex Ice Rider set, I suppose, but my Palkia matchup is fantastic here, actually. Like, my Palkia matchup actually does look pretty good here. I do love Palkia here as a lead, I think, for the most part. I like Gothitelle a lot here. And then the remaining Pokemon is just, do I like Ice Rider? Because Ice Rider is not bad against their Ice Rider, which is actually pretty good. But otherwise, I'd rather bring the Rillaboom because Grassy Glide Pressure is just really nice. I do like Incineroar a lot here, and I mean a lot. It pretty much pivots against everything except the Kyogre, but if I bring Rillaboom, I'm in a pretty safe spot. I like the Rillaboom in the back. I would like to bring the Ice Rider here, but the thing about Ice Rider is so strange because they have multiple things that could outspeed my Ice Rider and just threaten too much damage, even with an Intimidate, because they have Wicked Blow or Shifu alongside the Marowak. And I need Incineroar to pivot and switch into Marowak. Like, dealing with Marowak is absolutely crucial, so that's why I need Incineroar, but we'll find out. It's going to be the Calyrex Indy lead. Okay. This is pretty solid for me, as I do lead my Gothitelle and Palkia right here. I could go for a Dynamax attack immediately. I could go for Hypnosis. There's like a lot of things I could go for here, I guess. I kind of want to go... Do I want to go straight for the Hypnosis and Incineroar switch, or do I want to go for a... Let's see if this is Psychic Seed first, because that's going to be a pretty important measure here. Are you Psychic Seed on your Indy right here? It is... Yep, the Psychic Seed. Okay. I think... I would like to go for an Incineroar switch with my Palkia, and I would like to go for a Hypnosis. Yes, I think that's the way I want to go. If they go for Glacial Lance immediately, this is fine. If they go for Trick Room, I still have the option to trap them, which is the important part. Because if they Trick Room here, which I don't think they should Trick Room, but if they do on the off chance go for that Trick Room, it could get a little bit strange if I don't, because then they could switch out, and I really want to trap them here with Gothitelle and make that Calyrex Ice Rider not as much of a threat, especially with like a few Intimidate rounds. But it could be White Herb. We'll find out. The Intimidate going to go off onto both here. We're going to see no White Herb and a Dynamax coming out immediately. All right, so this is Dynamax coming out. This could be Quake. This could be Hailstorm. I don't know which one they are going to go for. Hailstorm won't knock out the Gothitelle. Quake won't knock out the Incineroar unless they go for Helping Hand, but if they go for Helping Hand, Hypnosis does have a chance to land on the Calyrex then, because they didn't go for a Follow Me here. And if they go for the Follow Me, that means the Indy doesn't take a turn to sleep, which means I get a chance to Hypnosis to Calyrex the following turn. We are going to see the Helping Hand come out, so Gothitelle, oh man, well, that's unfortunate. Hailstorm going to come out into the... Oh, okay. We got Build there. Gothitelle, you got really lucky. And I mean really lucky right there. Okay. So we waste a turn of their Dynamax immediately. We do see that the Hail is set up, and we do get the eject button out with our Incineroar right here. Okay, we got a little bit bailed. Gothitelle, you are lucky I made the switch to Incin right there. But we are going to go back into our Palkia right now, and let's fire off a Max Dragon and a Hypnosis once again, I think. This is the time I think I want a Dynamax, since I can abuse my Dynamax turns, and I think Hypnosis is a really solid play here, especially since they might try to cover and go for a Quake now and try to read the Instant switch again. And I don't want to take the Instant. I don't want Instant to get knocked out yet, because it's pretty important against Marowak as a backup. So I'm going to go for a Max Dragon here into the Calyrex, and I'm also going to go for that Hypnosis also in the Calyrex right here. They Max Guard, the Indy really doesn't accomplish much other than if they have Mystical Fire, I guess. That's the only move I could really see here. But that means you're really losing the turns of your Calyrex Ice Rider's Max here, which I'm okay with. And I do have Helping Hand pressure with the Palkia. I can go for the following turn. We are going to Dynamax here. Let's see if they just go for Follow Me here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Follow Me in a Quake here, which would be ideal. It is going to be to Follow Me. Okay, perfect. Which with the Indy trap, this is pretty good. This would be pretty good, especially if we land one now. We do land one hypnosis, so Gothitelle will trap the Indy in, assuming it survives the turn, which it should be able to with a max dragon. My Palkia is always faster than Calyrex Ice Rider, even if it's max speed, and max dragon will lower that physical attack stat on the Calyrex Ice Rider. So the Ice Rider is now at -2 attack right here. So I'd imagine Gothitelle could be able to survive a hailstorm and a hail chip, and then afterward I can go for like a geyser plus a hypnosis into the Calyrex, and hopefully that will work. So we are going to see a hailstorm get into the Gothitelle. It wasn't a quake because I could have maybe switched out Gothitelle and Incineroar, which is why I decided to stay in, but it works out pretty good in my favor right here. All right, a dragon's not going to accomplish anything here. Actually, the hail is not really going to change any calcs on the Gothitelle, I guess, maybe unless they quake here, but we're going to take the knockout into the, I suppose. We're going to go for the hypnosis into the Calyrex. If they get a free switch, I don't think it's that big of a deal if they get the free switch. I actually don't mind the hail going up here because if it is Sash on the Urshifu, I get to knock out the Urshifu potentially with a max move and then the hail chip, which I'm okay with. And the Calyrex is still at like -3 attack right now. It's not really looking that good for the Calyrex. And helping on Max Geyser would do a lot of damage to Calyrex. They send in Kyogre could be a mistake here because I could take the knockout to Calyrex and then trap in the remaining Pokemon with the Rillaboom. So I really do like this. The fact that Gothitelle has been trapping them into a pretty rough spot with this Calyrex just locked in at -3 attack. I might be able to take the knockout here, or I could just leave it alone. But of course, I don't want Calyrex Ice Rider to start snowballing, getting some knockouts. Of course, it would be a little bit difficult, especially since my Palkia is very healthy. My Gothitelle, sure, it's a bit low, but it's okay. Marowak going to come in. All right. I'm not sure about the Marowak right here, but ooh, all right. I'll take it. I'm going to go for a Helping Hand max attack into the Calyrex. I think I go for Geyser here. I'm pretty sure I also could go for Dragon. It lowers the attack on the Marowak, but I think I like the Geyser because the Geyser might just knock out the Calyrex here. I don't know. It's kind of tough. I actually have no idea if this guarantee KOs. I could see the Calyrex surviving here. I could also go into Incineroar, I suppose, but I mean, I really don't mind going for Helping Geyser as well, especially since having the Rain Up helps my Rillaboom out immensely, and I could send in the Rillaboom next turn potentially, which I do like. So Helping Hand Max Geyser are going to be fired off into the, and this also covered like Ally Switch, I suppose, if they went for Ally Switch. Oh, that Calyrex does survive. Wait, is that Focus Sash? I think that is a critical hit. Yeah, so that has to be Focus Sash. Okay, good to confirm. We're going to see what come out from my opponent's side though. We are going to get the Rain Up as Glacial Lance. Okay. Does that knock out Gothitelle? Ooh, 1 HP Gothitelle. That's pretty clutch. And a Poltergeist. Does target the Gothitelle. Even though we're at 1 HP, our Sash wasn't utilized. So our Gothitelle is going down here. And yeah, that's pretty all right for me. I do not mind this at all. I pretty much just get in my... what do I want to go? I could go Incineroar. I think Rillaboom's probably the play here, and just clicking knockoff into Marowak and an Earth Power into the Calyrex. Yeah, that's pretty solid right here. Because the Marowak can't do anything if I knock off its Fit Club right here, and even if I go Incineroar, I don't really see like much value. Like I could go for a Drill Chop, but not really too helpful, I think, in the long term. So I might as well just bring out my powerhouse Rillaboom and start threatening some offensive pressure. We will go for an Earth Power in the Calyrex. We will go for a knockoff into the Marowak right here. No safe switch-ins for my opponent's side, and I don't think, since the Marowak is going to lose its Fit Club right here, I don't think Flare Blitz Crit can knock out Rillaboom in the rain, but maybe it can. Maybe I'm wrong. But Palkia is still very, very healthy here to take on Kyogre if it's in the back. My only issue is if Urshifu is their last Pokemon, because Urshifu could make this game a little bit difficult because Wicked Blow does go through my entire team, especially with the Incineroar weakened in close combat range. Although I do think that Palkia, since it is healthy, I don't think it's taken any damage so far. It is going to be able to survive one Wicked Blow at the very least. Unless it's Choice Banded or Urshifu, but if it's Choice Banded or Urshifu, it's a lot easier to play around. We're going to see the Marowak Protect, which is okay. All right. So I will go for a Earth Power into the Calyrex, pick up that knock on the Calyrex guaranteed. A knockoff going to go out into the Protect, and then we reveal the last Pokemon. If it's Kyogre, I feel like I'm in a very, very good spot. However, there are some complications to Kyogre. Freezes could be a thing. Oh, my Palkia is actually pretty low, but Wicked Blow should still not KO at this range. Or not low, but I guess we did take a little bit of Hail Chip earlier in the Glacial Lance. A Kyogre is going to reveal itself here. Okay. I think I don't think I ever want to risk I don't think I ever want. I mean, I could. I think I just go for a knockoff here into the Marowak and the Earth Power because Kyogre could protect here, and yeah, then there could be some weird shenanigans. There could have also been ally switch mind games, and I think this also covers ally switch pretty nicely. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that could really screw me over was like a freeze from the Kyogre. It had to go for an Ice Beam or Blizzard Freeze if it had it in the first place. And that's really risky. If you lose Kyogre, you are going to just lose to Incineroar. So regardless, like, it just seemed pretty tough. I mean, this position was just really tough for them anyway, because the Palkia was like pretty much just sitting here, going to be able to take attacks pretty comfortably, had enough health remaining. And yeah, we go for a Spatial Run here, Grassy Glide into the Kyogre. An Ice Beam or Blizzard Crit would have knocked out the Rillaboom at this range. Maybe if it's Life Orb? No, I don't think Life Orb Ice Beam can knock out the Rillaboom with a crit. Maybe like really close, but I don't think it's a knockout. I think it'd do like 95% like max. But yeah, Gothitelle able to put in a ton of work right there, be able to trap in, which was really nice. And you can see the power of Shadow Tag right there, putting my opponent in a really difficult position. Like, was just trapped in with that Ice Rider, wasn't able to accomplish much, wasn't able to switch out. The Indy was pretty useless for the most part because it was either like at the risk of Hypnosis, the Helping Hand in play didn't really work out for them. It was choice, but choice Scarf or Shifu. Okay. That would have still been okay to play around, but that could have been scary. Yeah, also Grassy Glide doesn't knock out Kyogre if it has some bulk, or it's like a roll in a lot of cases, so that's why I didn't want to target the Kyogre anyway with Grassy Glide. I didn't feel like it was necessary to target it right there. And yeah, just being able to trap in with Shadow Tag just really made it a good amount of work. We were able to go for a few hypnosises. Thankfully, we might have had to hit the first one if they targeted down the Gothitelle. Could have got a little bit ugly, but thankfully we were getting the Incineroar switch on the right call. We kept the pressure with the Shadow Tag, unable for them to maneuver, and then the Calyrex Ice Rider just was unable to do much right there and waste its Dynamax. Thunderous, Zacian, Kyogre, Shedinja, Kartana, Incineroar. Okay, this is the Heracott team, if I'm not mistaken. Second place, Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken, top 8. Oh, there's too many European regionals, but okay, let me see what I want to do here, because Shedinja's interesting because Palkia can't hit it, Gothitelle can't hit it, Calyrex Ice Rider can't hit it, Aeliki can't hit it. There's a lot of things that are big no-no right here. However, I do have quite a few outs here. I do have a Palkia, which is really solid here. I do like the Gothitelle here. Incineroar is really good here in this match. And Rillaboom does have knockoff in this. So a knockoff Rillaboom can really come into play. I really got to make sure that the Zacian is checked. If it's Zacian plus Thunderous, that could get a little bit rough, but otherwise I think for the most part I should be okay here. I don't know what this Zacian runs on this team. I think it's play rough, but if it's sub, I guess that could make it a little bit strange. Oh, we're gonna see the lead of Thunderous Zacian. Okay, I'm not like too shocked here, but this, I don't think this is too bad. Is this Thunderous Taunt? I can't remember. I know it has Scary Face, I just don't know if it has Taunt, because if it has Taunt, this makes it really strange here. I think my play is just to always go for a hard swap into Incineroar right here. Yeah, I think it's hard in Incineroar for the Palkia slot. I want to scout for that play rough. Then I go for a fake out into the Thunderous right here. Just get a just to stall out a turn. I don't think they Behemoth Blade the Gothitelle immediately. They could, but if the Thunderous does have Taunt, they could just go for a Taunt. They could also Eerie Impulse, I guess. But I mean, that's kind of a risky play no matter what. Like, there's a lot of plays that just involve a lot of risk here. For instance, who am I fake outing, and who, if I do Dynamax there, who do I Dynamax, and what do I go for right there? Play rough is going to come out into Instant. Nice. Okay, beautiful. So we get to reset our board position with the eject button Incineroar right here, and then we get to go out into our Palkia. And all right, do we take the knockout into the Thunderous with a Max Dragon? That's what I'm thinking I go for here. I think this is like Eerie Impulse into the Palkia right here, and or Taunt into Gothitelle. One play that covers that is just a Max Dragon into the Thunderous and an ally switch here, which, granted, not the play I really like to go for at times, but I'll take the advantage if I can. This is Prankster Thunderous, I'm pretty sure. So I am going to be able to get a Max Dragon. I got to watch out, though. I got to make sure that the Zacian is checked. If the Zacian is not checked, I will lose this game. But once I go to Zacian, this is probably really easy for my Kartana, or not Kartana, my Rillaboom to win. Assuming there's no Kartana in the back. If there's Kartana in the back, and if it's Shed, I'm okay, because if it's Kyogre Shed as the last two, I am completely happy with that. So we Dynamax with our Palkia. We ally switch here. Let's see. Do you read an ally switch? Do you go for an Eerie Impulse into Gothitelle and play rough in the other slot? Let's see. We're going to see a Eerie Impulse, which was turning down to Palkia. Beautiful. All right. This should be a play rough then into that slot, or Behemoth Blade into the Palkia slot. Okay, nice. They play rough too. Okay, beautiful. All right, Gothitelle able to take that very well here. We're able to go for a Max Dragon here, target down the Thunderous, and just obliterate the Thunderous. That's what you absolutely love to see. Is that a crit? No, it's just a Thunderous. All right, that just a Max Dragon doing a lot of damage. So Thunderous goes down. Absolutely stunning. All right, really good position here. Next is going to be Shed here. If it's Shed, that's completely okay, but there's ally switch games involved. All right, Kyogre going to come in. That is a Pokemon that is terrifying here. Okay. They still have Dynamax available, but I really don't think... I think I'm in a really solid spot right here. Max Geyser should just KO, or I could Helping Hand Quake. Helping Hand Quake isn't a bad play here. They're still trapped in with the Zacian. So I think what I do here is... do I want to... I think I just go for Helping Hand Max Quake. Yeah. It's like Gothitelle... I'm assuming the Kyogre was timid on the team report, so if it's the same Kyogre, then it doesn't matter what I do with Gothitelle, but a Max Quake is more beneficial to me than a Max Geyser right here, so I might as well. They actually are going to Dynamax the Kyogre, so I wonder if this is Max Lightning coming out, which is cool because Max Quake boost is just really good here for my Palkia. And then afterward, I have Incineroar that could come out if they take the knock on the Gothitelle. They do have the option to switch, which is like the one downside right here, but I feel like it's pretty good for the most part. Let's see. It's going to be a Protect from the Zacian. I don't need the damage in a Kyogre just yet, so I feel like I can afford this. Yep. That's okay. The damage to Protect is pretty nice too, because it could put in range of into a Hydro Pump guaranteed or an Earth Power. You guys see a Max Geyser be fired off. This has to be, I think, in the Gothitelle right here. Yep. I could have ally switched and prevented that, but I don't think I really need the ally switch right here. So nice. I am going to be able to get a Max Quake off into the Zacian slot, and all right. +1 special defense Palkia, going to be able to eat the attacks from Kyogre just very comfortably. Now, the last Pokemon is where I'm really concerned, because if it's Cortana, I'm in a lot of trouble. But if it's like anything else, I'm like in a pretty good spot. I'm going to go out in a Rillaboom here. Yeah, I'm going to go Rillaboom here. The reason I'm going to go Rillaboom is a few things. One, I don't think they Hailstorm if they have Shed in the back. Because if they have Shed, then they're not going to Hailstorm my Rillaboom. They might Lightning or Max Guard here. And I think his Shed comes out. So I think that's okay for me. I'm going to go for a knockoff into the... I could fake out and Hydro Pump here, but I feel like that could be really obvious too. It's a weird position because the Zacian's like at what? Minus a lot, right? I still have Dynamax turn available. Okay. I think this is always Zacian switch out then, because you need Play Rough, I think, in order to beat my Palkia. So I think I knock off the Zacian, and I think I always just go for another Max Quake into the Zacian slot. I think Palkia Max Guard... If I have Dynamax still available for one turn, which I didn't count for, yeah, I think it should always be that play. And even if it isn't, I at least still get a Max Quake off right here. Yeah, we're going to see the Zacian switch out. This should be Shed. Nice. Nice. Okay. So we break a Sash here, which is really good here. Oh, they attacked. I'm surprised. All right, they go for Max Geyser. They're turning down my Rillaboom. Okay, so I guess they could attack with the... Kyogre. I actually do live 1, which is actually pretty good here. The Wonder Guard and then the knockoff right here into the Shed. Okay. Oh, this endgame could actually be a little bit strange. Okay, we do break the Focus Sash on the Shed here. Oh, I gotta think about these next couple of turns. My Rillaboom looks like it lives Geyser, but it doesn't live Geyser into a... I guess I should have quaked the Kyogre then. I did hard read the Shed. I was covering if the Zacian stayed in. But yeah, it might not have been the best. Okay, the thing is, the Shed can safely ally switch right here. And it's kind of an awkward spot for me. So you know what? I'm going to go for a Grassy Glide into Kyogre, and I think I Trick Room. I think this gives me my best outs right here. Let me see. Because I think it's Shadow Sneak, or they could go for Endure. But the thing is about Endure... Huh. I was not expecting Endure right there, but Grassy Glide into the Kyogre does a good amount of damage. That's a really good amount. We're going to see the Max Geyser come out into the Rillaboom, but it's a roll right here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, they don't get the high roll. And I get Trick Room up. A little bit strange right here, I guess. I do get Trick Room up, but The Shed is such a weird Pokemon here because now there's Ally Switch Mind Games, there's Shadow Seek Mind Games, the Kyogre still healthy, which is concerning right here. I think my best play is to go in Incineroar here and go for a Spatial Rend here because the Shadow Seek is going to threaten the Rillaboom knockout right here, and I don't really like that. So I think I have to go for a Spatial Rend into the Kyogre. And I have to go instant, I think. We'll see if this works, because I could be wrong. But Shed should be faster than Rillaboom under Trick Room and get a Shadow Sneak off guaranteed. And then I might have to hope for like an Origin Pulse miss or Kyogre not going for Origin Pulse. This could also be Ally Switch potentially, but we'll find out. I did Protect Kyogre, which actually is the best case scenario. That also works too. Okay. So a Shadow Sneak going to come out into the Incineroar. Beautiful. All right. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Spatial Rend into the Kyogre right there. All right, this is really solid now. Okay. Kyogre is healing from the grassy terrain, but the Shed now is vulnerable to my Incineroar right here. And I can go for a Throat Chop into the Kyogre slot, which would do a lot. And I think I go for Throat Chop Spatial Rend here. Returns to Trick Room. Yeah, I should have enough turns. If they Ally Switch, doesn't matter. If they go for a Double Protect, it's fine. If they Ally Switch, is actually a really good position. That's a really good position. That's a fantastic position. Okay. All right, so I get a Throat Chop off into the Shed, which is going to be able to pick up the knockout. I needed to knock out Kyogre, and this was a pretty safe play because Shed doesn't do anything to the rest of my team, especially with the Intimidate, assuming no crits. So I just targeted down the Kyogre slot with the Spatial Rend plus the Throat Chop, and I catch the Shed if it Ally Switches. If the Kyogre is still alive, I'm in a good spot. And Origin Pulse doesn't matter. Miss right there. Like a lot of the decision trees, I'm pretty sure leads up to me having a pretty positive spot. I think the only two plays out of there were like go out in a Zacian and Endure, or yeah, I think it was Zacian and Endure, or it was go for the Double Protect right there, which I didn't think my opponent was going to rely on. But yeah, the Ally Switch was covered, which was just really nice, and now I'm in a fantastic spot where well, it's not fantastic yet because Zacian can still get a Double Protect, and if they do get the Double Protect, they do win the game. So that is something to note here, but. Ooh. Could be concerning. Could be concerning. We are going to go for Grassy Glide here. I think Earth Power knocks out the Zacian at this range. But they're probably double protecting anyway. I would assume we would always double protect here. Then next turn. I think next turn I go for a Grassy Glide into Zacian and Earth Power afterward, because they should always protect this turn. There's like really no reason not to go for a Protect with both of your Pokemon here. There's really like no way I could really set up here. So Kyogre is going to protect Zacian. I imagine you protect here. I might need Zacian to fail though. Wait, they attacked with the Zacian? Wait, does this KO? I think it does, but maybe I had to go for Pump. Oh, I had to go for Pump. That did a little bit less than I was hoping for. Play Rough does come out. Does connect on the Palkia. Oh, wait. Hold up. I thought Earth Power would do more. I know Max Quake can barely miss a knockout on the Zacian, but I felt like since the Zacian was like at... Ooh, I needed a bit more. I guess I could have faked out the Zacian and just went for an Earth Power into Kyogre. But the thing is that they... Ooh, nice aggressive read on their part. I can't win, can I? No, Zacian just protects here. Oh man, I set it up pretty good, but yeah, wait, they didn't protect. I get if they have Ice Beam, then I just lose. So I don't remember if that team had Thunder or Ice Beam. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Ice Beam. So if it's Ice Beam, then yeah, like 100% lose in this position. If they had Thunder, then like yeah, Water Spout. I don't think KO's Rillaboom. But then again, no, the Kyogre was too low for Water Spout to do anything. They would have had to hit inaccurate moves, but they had 2 times to hit it if they don't have Ice Beam for some reason. Oh, what went wrong? That one turn, I guess. I thought the Earth Power would KO. I guess I had to go for Hydro Pump. I didn't think I had to, but I guess I should have. Otherwise, doubling the Zacian I don't think makes sense there because of the Kyogre. If they make a hard read of Zacian at protecting and Kyogre attacking there, I was in a really bad spot. I think I just had to hit Hydro Pump. Earth Power did actually a lot less than I was expecting. I think I just had to hit Hydro Pump and connect it, because I think if I hit Hydro Pump there, I do pick up the knockout with the Lustrous Orb boost especially. So yeah, I think I need a little bit of extra damage right there, but I'm pretty happy with how I played. I think in the rest of the set. Like being able to go for the Gothitelle setup was just really strong there. I was able to get like really solid positioning for the most part, knocking out the Thunderous immediately, calling the shed with the knockoff. One play I guess I could have also made was going for the max quake into the Kyogre that one turn. Which I guess I could have, because I was really committing to hard shed right there. I was trying to cover if Zacian just stayed in, if like they had Kartana in the back. But yeah, I thought it was like really likely shed. So if I was committing to that, max quake into Kyogre I think was like a very fair play there, and getting that special defense increase, because it would have mattered, because Rillaboom would have had more HP, which would have mattered for Shadow Sneak calc potentially, would have mattered for like a Kyogre endgame, and I could have maybe doubled up the Zacian to be safe with like Grassy Glider power. So yeah, I think those were the two, big mistakes that I think I could have like adjusted a bit. Zacian, Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Regieleki, Tornadus Incarnate Form, Incineroar, and Landis-Fairy. If I remember right, this is a pretty popular hyper offense team right now. I don't know what the sets are, but I've definitely seen the 6 recently. Calyrex Shadow Rider is really difficult to handle for this team, and I mean really difficult to handle for this team. My best answer is probably like Palkia and Incineroar right here. Yeah, it's probably Palkia and Incineroar. I'm just so bad again. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. All right, Palkia, Incineroar, probably Rillaboom coming, and then the Calyrex as the final Pokemon here. I don't think I can really use Gothitelle. This is one of the annoying parts for the Gothitelle version of this team. Calyrex Shadow Rider is not a pleasant Pokemon, especially with eject button and Incineroar. It's not going to go super well right here. Let's see if we can manage, but it looks pretty difficult. We do have a few tools though. We are leading with our Incineroar, and it's not Defiant Tornadus. No, it's not Defiant Tornadus. I'm expecting Calyrex Shadow Rider, Regieleki lead. If they lead anything else, I pretty much can get to trick them up, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it is Regieleki plus the Calyrex Shadow Rider lead, which I'm not too surprised about. Okay. So my plan here is to Dynamax my Palkia immediately, because that is the best option for me here. I'm going to go for a Max Quake into the Eleki slot. And I'm going to... What do I do with Incin? Incin's just kind of in an awkward spot. It's okay though, because I think Dynamaxing here, just going for a Quake into the Eleki, is in a really good position for the +1 special defense as well. So yeah, we do go for it. And I guess we're gonna... I mean, they're gonna fire off an Astral Barrage, right? I mean, I might as well just get the extra damage in the Eleki then. Yeah, I'll get the extra damage in Eleki with Fake Out, because I'm expecting my Incineroar to get ejected out. This should probably be offense right here. I imagine that this is going to be like Max Lightning or Max Darkness into Astral Barrage here from the Eleki. We are going to see the Dynamax from Eleki. This is my best play, to go for the Fake Out and activate the eject button, because I get Rillaboom in under the grassy terrain, can revenge KO the Eleki with Grassy Glide. So we can then focus down the Calyrex, which should put us in a good position. We will see that the Eleki does Dynamax. All right. It's not an easy game, but it's a doable game. Well, Dynamax our Palkia. How much damage we're taking, though, is going to be a big question, because Max Lightning is going to definitely hurt, and Astral Barrage would definitely hurt in combination. And I don't know if Palkia can... Probably lives another hit afterward, probably from the Calyrex, I think, with the +1 special defense. But we'll see. A Fake Out going to get out into the Regieleki. Again, this is my only play, because it gets extra damage in the Eleki, and the Incineroar is getting injected out, I'm pretty sure. We are to see the Max Lightning come off into the Palkia. That is definitely a Life Orb Eleki right there. Able to really just do so much damage right there. Yeah, it is a Life Orb Eleki. A Astral Barrage going to be fired off as well into my Pokemon. A Palkia doesn't take that extremely well, but with this Max Quake and then the Rillaboom switch, I should be able to KO the... I should be able to survive another one, which is really fortunate. We are going to go out into our Rillaboom. Okay. Not terrible, because we probably eliminate their max here. We get the Rillaboom in. It does threaten the Grassy Glide pressure and the Fake Out the following turn. This is a good position, I would imagine. And then we can Fake Out Max Dragon, the Fake Out the Zacian, I think, that's coming in the following turn. I hope that this plan is right. We do get the Max Quake off into the goodbye Regieleki. Nice. Okay. So good thing we eliminate the Regieleki turn 1. Fantastic. And I mean fantastic. That Pokemon is such a threat. But we do eliminate it here. Now let's see what's coming in. Their Dynamax is over. Perfect. And now next turn, Max Dragon could come out and dish out some really big pain. Palkia also with the +1 special defense should be able to live an Astral Barrage, and Rillaboom can live one pretty easily with that Assault Vest item. We're going to see the Zacian come in, not surprising. Okay. We're going for the Max Dragon into the Calyrex slot, and we're going to go for a fake out into the Zacian. This is pretty much should always be, I think, protect Zacian and attack from the Calyrex, but I don't want to get too greedy and read that and double up the Calyrex. It's unnecessary too, because Rillaboom can follow up with Grassy Glide the following turn. So I might as well just fake out the Zacian here, go for the Max Dragon, lower that attack on the Zacian. There's no Defiant Pokemon in the back unless Tornadus was changed to Defiant on this team. They actually stay in the attack with the Zacian, I guess, because I'm not Life or Palkia. I can't knock out the Zacian, but yeah, Palkia is able to live with the Grassy Terrain plus that special defense boost from earlier. Again, really crucial. A Max Dragon going to be fired off into the Calyrex, put it really low into range of Grassy Glide now. Fantastic. Okay, that's really good here. Now I got to figure out how to get Trick Room up, and it should be pretty, I don't know if it's like simple, but it should be pretty doable. I think I just go out for Palkia into my Incineroar right here. My Rillaboom should be able to live a Behemoth Blade after an Intimidate right here. So I go out into Incineroar right here. I'm a little bit low with the Incineroar, which I don't exactly like, but yeah, we're going to go for a Grassy Glide into the Calyrex. This should be Protect Calyrex, I think, or switch out into their own Incineroar. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, this is good. This is good. I do need to keep Rillaboom around because I do need Grassy Glide pressure, and I do want another fake out round. I think Palkia is probably the sack here. Palkia really doesn't accomplish much afterward. Palkia has pretty much done its job. It's been fantastic eliminating the Eliki and getting the Dragon off into the other slot. I guess a U-turn would have got me a lot more momentum though, and I would have really liked the U-turn here, but we do get the Intimidate off into the Incineroar and the Zacian here. We're going to see a Grassy Glide get fired off into the Incineroar, so I get a little bit chip, but not really mattering too much. Behemoth Blade or Sacred Sword into Incin, but I should live this. Yep, I live it because I do have the 2 attack drops on the Zacian here. Fantastic. Okay. So now we want to retreat here. Our Incin, I think we go out into our Calyrex actually. Yeah, we should go out in Calyrex. And let's go for a U-turn. I kind of want to U-turn out to Zacian, because I don't think Zacian should protect. I think it's either switching out or it's attacking right here. Like, I think it's... yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yes, okay. So we are going to see the Calyrex come in. Excellent. So U-turn. Does it pick up the knockout this range? I feel like it should, even with the Intim from Incin. I mean, this is a U-turn from Rillaboom. It's not bad. And Calyrex doesn't have the best physical defense in the world, but if it lives, I guess it's awkward. But yeah, we're going to bring out our Calyrex. We're going to see what they're going to decide to go for. It's going to be the... hopefully, I just get the KO on Calyrex. Fake out into... oh, perfect. They faked out my Incin. Oh, that's really ideal. So I get a U-turn off into the Calyrex, and I do pick up the knockout. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. All right, Rillaboom does retreat here. We can go out into our Palkia right here. Yeah, we go into Palkia because we don't need Palkia anymore. If it can get an attack off, sure, it's really good, but otherwise it really doesn't do much. And then next turn, I think I have this in a really good spot. This could still be a little bit awkward, but I do think I have enough resources to win. I guess Endgame Zacian's still really scary, so I think I have to go for an Earth Power into the Zacian. Yeah, I think I have to Earth Power the Zacian coming up. I can't let them get a double knockout here. Can I go Incin or do I not? I feel like no, I don't. I think I just protect here and I just go for a Earth Power into their Zacian. I was thinking of like getting the Intimidate now, but like Earth Power is just fine anyway because they have to, in order to outspeed my Palkia, they need to attack the Palkia right here, which they should be attacking the Palkia or Behemoth Blading the Calyrex. But Sacred Sword into the Palkia, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. And then next turn I fake out the Zacian, I Trick Room up, and then I just go for like really big power. And yeah, they go for a Parting Shot, which is cool because I do have a White Herb later on. So I'm not really too worried about the Incin. The Grassy Terrain disappears. That's cool. I'm going to bring out my Incineroar right here. And let's get the fake outs rolling off here. I guess this endgame could be a little bit awkward if I get crits, but that's kind of the end game I kind of had to play against the Shadow Rider, because the Shadow Rider was really tough for this team to handle. Thankfully, it didn't really get too much usage off here. But yeah, we're going to go for a Trick Room here. We're going to go for a Fake Out into the Zacian. And then afterward, we probably live one Flare Blitz from the Calyrex. I mean, not the Calyrex, from their Incineroar, because they're -2 Incineroar. They have to like double my Zacian, I think, upcoming. So I think we're in a good spot, because Glacial Lance Flare Blitz should KO their Zacian. And yeah, we're in a good spot. Fake Out going to come out into their Zacian. We're going to see the what from the Incineroar is a Parting Shot into a slot. It's going to be, yeah, Parting Shot into the Calyrex. Perfect. I do have the White Herb for that specific situation. Perfect. And a Trick Room does go off here. And now this upcoming turn, I'm going to go for a Glacial Lance plus a Flare Blitz into their Zacian slot. And this should be pretty safe for the most part. My Incineroar, I think, is faster than their Incineroar, not under Trick Room. So their Incineroar, this could be Protect and then like a Flare Blitz into my Incineroar, which is fine because Calyrex does live one Behemoth Blade at neutral attack right here. So I'm not really too concerned about that. We're going to see. Oh, they go on the offense. I think they were really going with the aggression right there, that I would go for the high horsepower and maybe just trying to live a Flare Blitz here. Maybe they can if they punish out my Incineroar, but I think even if they punish out my Incineroar, I think I'm okay. They Flare Blitz here my Incineroar. No, they my Calyrex. Okay, yeah, no, I am definitely living that. Maybe they were hoping for a crit there. But yeah, my Calyrex is able to take that really well. A Flare Blitz going to come out into their Zacian, which is going to eliminate the Zacian. And yeah, okay, we have the game sealed up now. A critical hit should not matter. It's Adamant Incineroar, and it does a lot of damage into their Zacian. So Incineroar is going to go down here, but it's done its job properly. And now we have a pretty safe win con, I think. We just click Fake Out Glacial Lance twice, and then Grassy Glide Glacial Lance. They can't eat a berry. I don't risk high horsepower missing at all, unless the Glacial Lance does a lot less than I expect, but I think I'll be doing a lot. Like a Glacial Lance is just crazy how much damage it does. So yeah, a Glacial Lance going to come out, a Fake Out, and then afterward a Grassy Glide into Glacial Lance. And even then, Incineroar, it has to take Flare Blitz recoil in order to actually deal damage to my team. And yeah, they pick up a knockout. The Flare Blitz recoil will finish it off after all the damage I'm about to accumulate onto the Incineroar. So Fake Out into the Incineroar. Gonna be at half. A Glacial Lance. Yeah, I don't think I'll need it. I really don't think I'll need it. Glacial Lance into the Incineroar. Should do like 25, 30. Yeah, okay. No, it does like a bit more, but that's just how I'd say Calyrex is realistically. But yeah, now we finish up the game. We go for a Glacial Lance and a Grassy Glide. And yeah, okay. Big turn one. Luckily, I did have like a game plan for it, thankfully. Predicted them to double up the Palkia, got into a really good position with the Rillaboom, and yeah, I think every turn I was able to get like a really good call. There was like maybe like 1 or 2 turns that, like, you know, maybe I could have got a better read off, but realistically it didn't really change my game plan for the most part. The only things that, like, even as Zacian had sub, it wasn't in a position to set up a sub at all. I was just really strong with like getting the KO on the Zacian right there in the end, and getting that Trick Room up pretty much sealed it up. And that is the show. Gothitelle, it's absolutely Shadow Tag stuff is just crazy, and I mean crazy. How I felt about Gothitelle on this restricted duo, I played a lot with this team even before I was planning on making a video with it, and it's interesting for sure. I don't think it helps the weaker matchups with this team. I think like Shadow Tag is really cool, and it really helps with the matchups that are pretty positive in favor of Palkia and Calyrex Ice Rider, and matchups that are neutral, because preventing the switch is like really crucial. I don't know if it really helps out with the restricted duos or restricted Pokemon that these Pokemon suffer against, like the restricted steel types. Dialga is one big issue. Yveltal can be an issue, although Eliki, Gothitelle can be a thing. It is definitely a tough Pokemon to use. Calyrex Shadow Rider especially, that Pokemon's a demon for this team. I was surprised we even won that one game that we played. But yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And of course, if you want to check out the details of the team, Alex's Twitter down below in the description. But yeah, check out the rest of my series full content as well, where he's a lot of cool teams with a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.